Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and we're live right now on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, what I want to do here tonight is I want to help you to be able to understand how simple, easy, and effortless it is to recruit new reps into a business, okay? So first thing that I want for you to understand here is that the recruiting process is not a pitching to try to sell products, okay? If you're doing this coming at your prospect, all you will get is pushback, okay? So what you've got to learn how to do is a couple of things. One is in the area, if you're going to actually be connecting with people, the entire conversation, guys, has to be about them, okay? So your goal as a recruiter is to become a detective, okay? So you need to find out facts. What are the facts, okay? So the first thing that you do is you just reach out and ask somebody how their day is going, or how's their weekend going, right? There's no possible way that you can be rejected if you're asking somebody about their world, their life. So Tom, what's happening in your world these days? He can't say, I'm not interested, right? It's not possible, right? So the whole conversation is about the other person's reality, right? So I might say, you know, hey Dave, how's it going? You know, what's happening in your reality these days? Or what's happening in your world, right? And then I shut up. Typically what I will tell you is that people will tell you about their life, right? If you come into the conversation at a very high frequency or very high vibrational energy. So here's an example. When I was raising money for public companies, or I'm raising money for my own projects that I'm rolling out, I come into the call at a very, very high resonance. Now, what do I mean by that? So if I'm let's say that I'm calling Rex, okay? So it's like, ring, 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 ring. Rex Harris, what's going on? See what happened to him? He instantly smiled, right? Now, when you guys watch the replay, you'll see that. You'll actually witness it. So if I come into that call at a very high resonance, I've changed the person's state right out of the gate, okay? Very important that you guys get this. So let's say that you know, I'm giving Chad Turner a call, and I haven't talked to him for quite some time. It's like, ring, 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 ring. Chad Turner, what's going on? Right? It's a very high resonance. I come into the call at a very, very high resonance. Okay, so here's what, now, after he laughs, he's going to go, ha, 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 ha. He's going to come back down. And now what I want to do at that point is I just want to say, so I just want to reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello, right? I say these specific words, guys. I say them for a reason. This is quantum physics. I want to reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello. I say those words for a reason, okay? Because I can come right through the phone line, and I can reach out my hand, but when I say touch base, I'm either shaking your hand or I'm giving you a hug. Reach out, touch base, and say a quick hello, okay? To find out what's going on in your world, and then I shut up, okay? Now, typically, if I come into that call at a high resonance, it's going to be as the person's talking, and they're going to say, what about you? I don't talk about business, okay? I talk about 2 or 3 really cool things that are happening in my life. I went to see a cool movie. I just went to Nashville. I stayed at this massive, you know, Opryland convention center. Couldn't find my room a lot of the times, but it was pretty cool. You know, I went to see Vince Gill. I went right backstage. I got my picture taken with Vince Gill. These are cool things, guys. You know, I just had my son here for spring break. You know, we haven't had a chance to see him for quite some time. We went to the rifle range. We were shooting 9mm and the laser, you know, rifles. this is the cool stuff, right? Now people typically in their world, they like to do cool things. So when you've got a bunch of cool things going on in your life, guess what magically happens? You become the attractor factor. They want those cool things. They want to go to Maui for 2 weeks and then have a vacation with their son and then go to Nashville for a week, then see Vince Gill, have all of this cool stuff. They want that. That's what they want, right? But they're trapped. They're trapped in a job. They're trapped in a situation, and there's no way out. Okay, they got a family, they got kids, they got a mortgage payment, and there's no way out. What are they going to do? They can't escape, because if they leave their work, their income goes, right? If they they might have 2 weeks of paid vacation, but if they take off 2 months, they're going to get fired, right? So they're trapped in a situation where they may be making good money, right? But they don't have any freedom, right? So what I typically talk about when I'm talking about, when I'm reaching out to people that I haven't talked to for quite some time, is I'm talking about the cool things, all the things that they really want, the freedom things, right? So here's my goal, guys, when I'm touching base with people. Now, what I want for you to understand as a recruiter, if you were a corporate recruiter for a company, right? What you actually do is you reach out and you touch base with people to find out whether or not they're happy, right? That's your goal as a corporate recruiter, right? Because you know that they have certain talents and skills. So you're not pitching them on anything. You may not even have anything for them right now, but you want to find out, right, if they're living their passion or they're not. Are they happy or are they not, right? So a person is either getting closer to their dream, treading water, or sliding backwards. Okay, it's one of 3 areas. They're either getting closer to their dream, treading water, or sliding backwards. Okay, it's one of 3 situations. And all you want to do as a recruiter is find out which one are they, right? Are they in a peak or are they in a valley? Are they in a state of transition or are they in a breaking point? You won't know unless you get a chance to connect to their heart, right? Now, how do you connect with a person? The first thing that you've got to be able to get good at is changing people's state and making them laugh, okay? Now, people that are very good in recruiting or very good at connecting people, right? There's 2 qualities that they have. Number 1, they're very good problem solvers. And number 2, they're very good people connectors, right? So if let's say your car broke down, right? And you got transmission problems. A good networker is going to line you up with the guy that can solve your problem. If you've got a leaky roof, a good networker is going to line you up with the renovations guy, right? They're very good go-to people, right? They're very, in the know. They know, they've got the pulse on everything, right? Oh, I know a guy that does, the granite. I've got a guy that does tile work. I've got a guy that does home renovations. I know a guy who's a top mechanic, right? So they're very good people connectors and problem solvers. That's what good networkers are. So where people get the whole concept of networking backwards is that it's not a sales pitch business model. That's not even what it is, right? That's why they fail. Networking is a people connecting and problem solving business model. Now, how the heck am I going to know what I can do to help you solve your problem unless I know what your problem is? How is it that I'm going to even find out what your problem is unless I get to a connection, right? Now, here's how you open up the clam or the muscle, right? So if you've got a clam or a mussel and you get it out of the sand, right? And you've got to use a knife and literally try to pry that muscle open, And a lot of times even the shell might break, right, to try to get that to get it open, right? But if you take those clams and those mussels and you put them in steam, they just naturally open up on their own. Okay, now what's going to be the steam is going to be finding three things in common. Okay, so here's an example. People say, Darren, how the heck can you recruit new reps in 6 minutes? How's it even possible? Here's an example. Hey, Tom, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Pretty good, Darren. How about yourself? Okay, so it's going to be a ping, pong, ping, pong. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. Okay, imperative that you know this. Now, if you lose control of the conversation, you need to ask a question to the question, okay? So here's how this works. Hey, Tom, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Pretty good, Darren. How about yourself? Okay? I go into now what I call vulnerability. Okay? I actually talk about my personal life, right? So here's an example. I just had my son for spring break. It was sure great to see him. I hadn't seen him since Christmas. I sure do miss him a lot. Do you have kids? Now, I haven't said a lot of words, but I've said a lot of emotion, okay? So if they have kids and they're listening to my story, they start to think about what that would be like for them if, you know, from Christmas until 3 months later, they didn't get to see their kids, right? So it's instant steam opening it up, okay? So now what happens is this. So now they talk about their kids. Now, if their kids are similar age to my son is 15 and a half, okay? My son's 15 and a half right now. So if their kids are 13 to even 17, around that area, we've got something in common, right? If their kids are, you know, 4 or 5, I'm going to be able to reflect back to times when my son was 4 or 5 and how that was the favorite time that I really appreciated the most. When kids are the youngest, they're the cutest. They do, you know, goofy things and funny things. They say funny things, and they're super entertaining, right? I mean, I'm sure you can attest to that, Rex, being a grandpa with Kenny Bop. I mean, the guy's just adorably cute, and they say things and they do things that are just priceless. I mean, they really touch your heart, right? So my goal is to be able to connect with the person on that level. Okay, so here's an example. Here's the next thing. So they tell me about their kids. So now I'm talking about lifestyle. So I'm going to say, boy, I'll tell you, this last year has just been amazing. You know, I've been doing tons of traveling. I went to New York, and then I went to Cancun, and then I went to Maui for 2 weeks. Then I went to Miami. Then I went to Seattle. Then I went back to Miami, and then I went to Washington, D.C. Then I went over to Bellingham. Then I went to Nashville, and now I'm booking my next trip to Florida, and then I'm going to Vegas. And then I say, do you get to travel much? Now, most people love to travel, but they don't get an opportunity to because they've got a ball and chain, right? Now, my goal is, I already know this stuff because I know psychology. I understand what people really want, right? So if you understand what do people want, okay, so I want you to think about the entire human race, and I want you to think to yourself, okay, if you're a human being, what do you want? Okay, so most people, they want good health, right? They want you know, a good spiritual connection. They want to be loved. They want to feel needed, right? They want to be able to have adventure and spontaneity. They want to feel safe. They want a roof over their head. They want to know that they can eat good food, right? They're comfortable that way, right? So, but when it comes right down to it, if you get all of the human needs all taken care of, the human being wants to give back, make a difference, and leave behind a legacy. That's a human being, right? So basically, once you take, now most people don't get this part taken care of, right? So they're always in this struggle, the struggle to try to just make their basic ends meet, right? So they're already in stress because of this zone, right? So if you know that, and I can get a little bit of connection. Now I'm going to dangle a few carrots out there to find out if I can, you know, the person goes, well, I really want to travel, but I don't have enough money, right? That's not going to be enough. I got to connect the person to what they want. So I say, well, when you talk about travel, where do you want to travel to? Now they're going to identify an area. So I'm going to say, how long do you want to go, right? And how much money do you need in order to get there? Now I've got something that I'm working with. It's emotional, right? So that's the whole thing that you got to understand about this process. So here's an example. So, so Tom, what exactly is it that you do? I'm in real estate. Oh, wow, I love real estate. How long have you been in real estate? About 15 years. Is it your passion? And I shut up. Now, if it's not his passion, he says, well, actually, Darren, not really. I mean, the markets have been really down lately, and it's been a really tough struggle, right? Really? Tell me more about that. 5 words will make you rich. Okay? 5 words will make you rich, guys. If you learn this, it will totally change your connections. It will change all of your relationships. Try this when you're in a marriage and your husband or your wife says something and you go, oh my God, honey, tell me more about that. 5 words will make you rich. 5 simple words. Because what it does is it shows the person that you care, that you want to hear more, right? And it goes further down the rabbit hole to get more emotionally connected to their heart, right? So now now he's pouring salt on his wound, right? Oh my God, it's been really tough lately, Darren. I'm telling you, you know, we had these sales and we lost them, and we had these listings, but we're still paying the marketing costs. I still got the, you know, the money every month to take care of the mortgage and everything else. We got family. Kids are getting ready to go for college. He's literally pouring salt on his wound, okay? So now what do I do? Well, I mean, you know, well, what's your passion? Now I'm going to connect him to his passion, right? He goes, well, to be honest with you, Darren, I mean, I've always had an affinity for traveling, but I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I loved windsurfing. Well, really? Well, why aren't you windsurfing 5 days a week? Well, I can't afford it. How much money do you need to be windsurfing 5 days a week and traveling around the world? That's what he wants. Now, what am I selling at this point? Nothing. I'm selling him in on his dream. Okay, so watch how this happens. So, you know, how much money do you need, would you say? I need about $10,000 a month. Tell me what you want the $10,000 a month for. Now he's going to start to spend his money that he doesn't have yet. Doesn't matter what his number is. If he tells me he wants 50 grand a month, I'm going to say the same thing. What do you want the $50,000 a month for? Now his brain, his subconscious mind, has to start to spend the money that he doesn't have yet. He's spending the money, right? So, but I'm getting all the list of all the things that he wants. Okay, so here's an example. So Tom, let me ask you a question. I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most serious, I mean, how serious would you say that you are about getting that, you know, BMW M6, putting the extension on the house, starting the college fund for the kids, being able to retire your mother? I'm listing back all of the things that he said to me, right? And now if he doesn't give me a number that's 10 or higher, I'm going to tell him he's not qualified to work with me. Okay? Because I'm going to tell him that if he's an 8 out of 10, 20% of his brain has already given up. In 2 weeks, it'll be 40%. In 30 days, it'll be he'll quit. So I'm not going to invest my time into a person that's already 20% already given up, right? So if he doesn't give me a 10 or higher, I'm already going to tell him he's not qualified, okay? So let's say that he tells me, oh, definitely I'm a 10. Really? A 10? Tell me why. 3 words, okay? He's now selling me on his dream. He's selling me. I'm no longer, what am I even talking about? Have you guys heard me ever mention any company, any products? Have I mentioned anything that I'm marketing? Nothing. It's all about him. It's all about his dream, his passion, and his pain that he's going through right now. Now, what do I want to do? I want to come and be the white knight to save the day, okay? So here's an example. Well, you know what, Tom? I mean, I don't even know if there's a fit here. Okay, I can't make any promises here, okay? Now, what did I just do? I pulled it back, okay? I pulled it back. Well, you know what, Tom? I don't even know if there's a fit here, okay? I mean, I can't make any promises, okay? It's totally non-threatening, right? But if I was to tell you that we have people on our team that make as much as $7,500 their very first month working with us, and as much as $11,500 by month 2, and it was only $144.95 to get started, what would you say? And I go silent. Now I can tell you that most people, if you look at my chats, they say, I would say yes. I would say I'm interested. I would say I want to see your video. I would say I want more information. Have you heard me talk about any company? What company are we marketing? I haven't talked about a company, guys. I haven't talked about products. You don't hear me talking about a blog. I haven't talked about top producer, team builder, mass influence. I haven't talked about anything. Nothing. That's why I'm a top recruiter. That's the difference. Because I'm not selling you on anything. You are selling me on your dream. Big difference. Now, all I want to do is pique your curiosity and get out of the way. That's it. I'm not telling you about why you need my blog. I'm not telling you about all the benefits you're going to get, because that's not networking. And all you will get is pushback. And people will try to be nice to you. So Tom, you know, we've got this blog platform, and I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. I mean, you would do so well at this. You're a good writer. I mean, you're going to make a fortune. You know, even if they tell you that they're interested, here's what typically happens. They will never answer your call after that. You can follow up till your cows come home, and they will not answer your calls because you're pitching. And people don't like being sold. Right? So you've got to remember this, guys. If you want to be a top recruiter, if I'm a corporate recruiter, okay, so here's what happens. I'm a corporate recruiter, and I'm going to phone Mary, okay? So Mary happens to be a senior level management at, I don't know, Xerox, okay? So I give Mary a call. Now keep in mind, I might not even have another gig for Mary, but what I want to find out is she making enough money where she's at? Is she happy? Are they treating her well? So what do I want to do? I want to just get this. That's it. I want to change her state. I want to get her to laugh, and I want to get to this. Because once I get to this, she's going to open up her vulnerability, and she's going to tell me the real goods. She's going to tell me that there's a struggle going on in the corporation, and her job's being threatened. She's going to tell me that She's being trampled on by people. She's going to tell me about the inner office bullying that's going on. That's what I want to know, because I'm going to know that she's prime for me to go find her a better deal and come back to her and say, Mary, have I got some good news for you? Make sense, guys? Now, have you guys heard me at any point in this situation talk about any company, any products, any comp plans, anything? Nothing, right? Because that's what I learned from my mentor. My mentor said, Darren, 2 rules. Rule number 1, I don't want you talking about our company. Now, coming from features and benefits, I was like, huh? How's that going to work? How am I going to sell these products without talking about the company? Rule number 2, Darren, I don't want you talking about our products. Huh? How's that going to work? So you want me to sell these products to those people without talking about the company and without talking about the products? Yep, that's right. What the heck am I going to talk about? Darren, I want you to talk about them. Now, coming from features and benefits, guys, I mean, and my entry price was $4,000 25 years ago. Imagine what that is today. I was completely miffed. I'm like, okay, so let me just understand this, Harvey. You want me to sell these products. You don't want me to talk about the company. You don't want me to talk about the products. And you think that if I talk about them, that I'm going to sell these products? Are you for real? Yes. That's the key. That's the ticket. And if you get this concept, because when I reach out to people, when they see my phone number come up, they know they're going to be laughing. When they see my phone number come up, they know by the time they're done, they're going to feel good. Their day's going to be better because they saw my name right here on their phone. Versus, oh my God, it's Tony. Oh my God, it's Bob. Right? Oh my God, it's Mary. Go to voicemail. Right? You don't want that, guys. You want, when they see your name here, it's called neuro-associative conditioning. When they see your name, poof, they light up because you change their state and make them feel good. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So when you're reaching out and touching base to say a quick hello, you want to leave a trail of breadcrumbs behind you. Now, what do I mean by that? We have unstoppable vision, right? We have how to recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes. We have how to develop a $9,000 a day mindset. We've got unleash the alpha within, right? We've got the mentoring. There's one mentoring session that's loaded, right, that you can put your username on the end. So when I'm reaching out to people, I'm just finding out what's going on in their life. Now, here's my tipping point. Here's my tipping point. These are the questions that I want to ask somebody. So they tell me they're with a company, right? They're with XYZ company, okay? How long have you been with the company, okay? Are you doing it full-time or are you doing it part-time, okay? How big is your team? Now you know how much money they're making. Who's their mentor? And what's their monthly marketing and advertising budget? Okay, now with those questions, so you've got how long have you been in? 1. Are you doing it full-time or part-time? Part-time, they're broke. Okay? Then you want to know how big is their team. You can find out how much money they're making, right? Who's their mentor? Most people don't have one, otherwise they'd already be full-time. And what's their monthly marketing and advertising budget? Most people don't have one. Guess what happens? You are the white knight now, coming to save the day. Well, you know what, Tom? I just found out. I just found out how to help business owners in Organo Gold add $2,000 to $3,000 in their monthly marketing budget in 60 to 90 days. And I shut up. Listen to the thing again, right? I just found out how to help business owners in Jeunesse Global add $2,000 to $3,000 to their monthly marketing budget in 60 to 90 days. And they go, really? How do you do that? Watch this video. You're done. You're already on your exit strategy. Okay? So what you got to understand about this whole thing, this whole thing about recruiting, is that this is people connecting and problem solving. Okay? People connecting and problem solving. Well, what's their problem? I don't know. Let's have a conversation and try and find out, right? So if you don't get to a connection, right, that clam is going to be like this, okay? You can't open up the clam. It will not open, okay? And what happens even more than that is that their ego, right, is going to turn into Puff Daddy. They could be broker than broke, right? But if you can't get them to do this, forget about it. All you will have is massive resistance and pushback, right? And they'll be trying to prove something, right? They could be flat broke, right? Not a penny to their name. Their home could be in foreclosure. If you cannot change that person's state and get them to laugh and crack them open, right? All you will get is this: pushback, 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 pushback. Or they will try and pitch you, right? So people say to me, Darren, what, every time I reach out to people, they just start pitching me, right? That's because you're not in your power. How come I never get pitched when I reach out to people? How's that work? Ever. I never, ever, ever get pitched when I reach out to connect with a person, because my energy is not coming at them with a sales pitch. That's internally in your body. That's what I call about the polarity of the magnet. Because my polarity is coming this way, not this way, right? There's nothing for them to pitch, because I'm just pulling the information out of them, piquing their curiosity and getting out of the way. It's very easy. It's like martial arts, right? I'm connecting with their energy, and then like that, right? There's none of this. You got this happening, you're gonna get pitched. You're trying to pitch them, they're trying to pitch you. You're trying to pitch them, they're trying to pitch you, right? My deal's better than your deal. No, my marketing plan's better than your marketing plan. My deal's better than your deal, right? Why don't I get that? Ever, I don't get that, right? So here's the other thing. When people reach out to me on Facebook, right, I'm very strong in my stance, right? Hey, Darren, I just want you to look at this video, right? Hey, Darren, I just want you to take a look at our marketing plan. Hey, Darren, I got this new deal that you got to take a look at. No, I don't. I don't have to look at squat. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm already on my path. Best of luck with it. That's what I say. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm already on my path. Best of luck. I'm done. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about, being bulletproof. Right? If you get into this type of a mindset, it happens less and less and less and less and less and less and less. Okay? So if you're strong in your stance, people know that you're not, you basically, it's unpenetrable. You can't, it's like bulletproof. It's like RoboCop, right? They know if they can shoot as many bullets as they want at RoboCop, the guy's not going down. He's going to keep on marching forward. That's where you've got to be right here with your mindset, right? So here's an example. Top leaders, will reach out to me and they'll be like, Darren, how's it going? I'll go, it's going phenomenal, right? It's going amazing. Oh, I got this deal you got to take a look at. Bro, I appreciate it. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm totally on my path, but best of luck with it, right? Oh, with your talent, I mean, you could be making $250,000 a month. Bullshit. That's all BS, guys. Okay, I know how long it takes to put together a deal to get into traction, and whether you're with this deal or that deal, it takes recruiting and it takes team building. You can't escape that. Doesn't matter if this little carrot over here they dangle, this little carrot over here they dangle. They dangle that to try to get you off your path so that you'll go into another direction, okay? Now here's what I know. I know this. In 25 years that I've been in business, never have I ever had my third month where I've made $25,000. Ever in history. It's never happened. Right? So when somebody tells me, oh, well, Darren, you could, with your talent, you could make $250,000 a month. Bullshit. Total BS. Okay, so don't fall for that stuff, guys, because it's a total crock. I can tell you that when I go out and I go, shopping, or I wake up in the morning and I've made $3,000 commission, I'm telling you what, I wouldn't trade that for anything. You wouldn't see me doing three-way phone calls and home parties ever again for the rest of my life, because that model, the better that you get, the worse your life gets. That's fact. The better that you get at closing, the worse your life gets. Now, what I would much rather do is this, right here. So I can connect with leaders from all around the world, plus this is broadcast on YouTube, plus it's going to turn into a marketing tool after, plus I can now cross-pollinate this on my blog, on social media, on all these different media platforms, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and cross-pollinate this content and have it work for me while I'm traveling, have it work for me while I'm spending 7 weeks with my son, right? That's what people really want, guys. That's what they really want. They want freedom. They don't want a job, right? They don't want a job. So what I would put out to you is this. Your goal as a marketer, right, is to step into your personal power and get emotionally connected to your vision and your dream. Okay, that's your goal, okay? If you want to be effective in your marketing, you've got to think about the pain that you had in your life, whether it wasn't seeing your children, whether it was being in a relationship where you were like two crossing ships in the sea like this, you never got to see one another, right? Whether it was a situation where you had a 2-hour commute back and forth from work every day, and you thought about all that time of your life that you were literally wasting away, right? Whether it was being in a situation where you really wanted to do things, like friends of yours were going on a trip around the world, or they were going to go someplace and it was going to cost $5,000 or $10,000, and you really wanted to go, but you couldn't go because you didn't have the money, right? You looked in the window and you saw something, some clothes or outfits or a purse or a suit or a dress. You saw a car through the window and you thought, you know what? Oh man, I want to have something like that. But you don't have the money to be able to do it, and the hurt that it felt in your heart because you felt that you deserved something like that, but life circumstances and everything that was going in your path just made it so that you couldn't have something like that. You need to speak to that. You need to speak to your avatar. Speak to your own personal pain that you were going through in your blog posts, in your videos, in your Facebook posts, and be okay with opening up your heart and being vulnerable, guys, okay? This is what's going to allow you to become the attractor factor. There's strength and vulnerability. Okay. Now, when you're going through your evolution of personal development, here's typically what happens: is that our egos, right, which is like a metal core casing around our hearts, right? That does not want to melt so that we can have the raw emotions, our true core of who we are as human beings, our naked soul, right? I can tell you this, out of all the blog posts that I've written, the #1 producing blog post that I've written so far is about me and my boy, me and my son, right? And the connection that we had with this one. I didn't even know, guys, that he was playing video games and I was doing Millionaire mentoring on calls like this, right? Well, I speak pretty loud when I'm, I got these ear things in. So obviously, even with his head muffs on, his earphones, he could hear all of my Millionaire mentoring that was going on. All the stuff, I didn't know this. This went on for 6 weeks, guys. 6 weeks, my son listening to my Millionaire mentoring, me talking about the wave particle theory, me talking about the science of getting rich, me talking about thoughts, words, and emotions, me talking about the ego, right? I gotta tell you this story, this is hilarious. So there I am, right? We're playing pool. And you know how, it's a father and son, competition and whatnot, right? So we get right down to the very end, right? And it's like, my son's got like 3 balls left on the table, and I've got the white ball and the black ball. And it's seemingly a really easy shot to be able to get, right? So I start razzing him a little bit, right? I start, giving him a little razz, like, oh, Dad's cleaning up on you here today. Here we go. Looks like it, I'm starting to razz him like this. Oh, looks like it's going to be a shutout on this one, right? So I get there to do the last shot, and I flub it. So here's my son saying to me, "There you go, Dad. That's your ego." Right? So, I mean, here he is. He's learning all of this stuff on my Millionaire mentoring, right? And then throwing it back in my face while it's something that happens like that, right? But the one post, the one blog post that generated the most amount of income for me was about me and my son, right? It was about me and my son. It was about my heart, right? So that's something that you want to remember along this path. The more that you're prepared to start to crack that open and to open up that vulnerability and connect with people from the heart. So if somebody tells me they're getting this, right, it typically means that you're not coming in as a naked soul, right? So you've got an agenda. My only agenda is to help the other person solve their problem. That's my agenda. My agenda is to make them laugh, right? That's my agenda. My agenda is to change their state, right? And find a few things in common so we can get to this, right? Once I get to that, then I get to this where they open up, and now I can get to the core root of their problem, and then I can pique their curiosity and get out of the way, right? That's the key in networking, guys. Something or someone other than you is going to talk about your business. If you guys get this, I'm telling you what, your recruiting will go like this, okay? Now, what I want to do here is I want to share my screen quickly, and I want to go back in. Okay, first of all, I want to explain this one concept. Okay, this right here, guys, is something that I call Boomerang sponsoring. It's a little blurry here, but I want for you to understand the principle. This right here in the circle is all of your marketing, okay, from blogging to videos to, magazines, radio, transit advertising, Facebook, press releases. This is all marketing. Now, your goal is to, in some way, connect with your target market to pique their curiosity enough that they're going to show up at your lead capture page, okay? Now, typically, in this type of a business model, you give away something of value or something that's free, could be a free video, free education, a free report, a free ebook. This one concept of giving away a free ebook generated a list for me of about 15,000 qualified buyers, okay? Now, typically what you do is you sell them something that's going to cost them a little tiny bit of money. You know, preferably that's going to be what I call under the radar. So it's less than $100 most of the times. If you want to have the most amount of conversions, it's between about $7 and $60, right around that level. And then once they buy, your autoresponder is going to start to build a relationship with them over time. You're always going to give them the opportunity to opt out, and then ongoing follow-up with your email. Eventually, they're going to convert and upgrade. If you just came on, can you mute out your line, please, because you're getting some feedback. And then when they convert, you're going to teach them the Boomerang sponsoring strategy. Okay, so this is the whole concept. This is a visual of what Boomerang sponsoring is. So people say, Darren, how is it that you can just get your phone ringing? Right? Here's how, okay? It's from the content. Now I want you to think about this, because this will take your marketing to a completely different level. So the first thing is going to be third-party reviews about other MLM companies. Okay, now people say, well, Darren, well, I don't even know what companies are hot. So you go to MLMrankings.com and you're going to find out the hottest companies, right? So you can find out, you know, from just this chart on which ones are the most popular gainers right now. It would probably be a good idea to do reviews about these companies right here. TLC, Jeunesse Global, Perfectly Posh, Elyssi Cosmetics, True Vision Health, Pink Papaya, Secret Direct, Tempo Wireless, Paparazzi Accessories, and Norwex, because those are the top gainers, right? These are the top MLM performers for the last 6 months. These are the ones you want to be doing reviews on, right? But you can go here to the whole list, right? You can see what they are for the top 100. Now, if you're smart, right, this is what I did. I started to do reviews on the ones that were the hottest, right? You can actually hire people from Fiverr if you want to just go to these websites and do a review. It might cost you 20 bucks or something like that. Big deal that you're investing into your business. So this is one strategy, okay? So let's look at the next one. Third-party reviews about other software, tools, and seminars. So right now, My Lead System Pro, every year they've got Live the Dream. They've got the No Excuses Summit. Every quarter, Empower Network puts on a big event. The GoPro from Eric Worre is a yearly event, right? He's doing more events right now. Third-party reviews about other leaders, trainers, or big money earners in the industry. Okay, so if you find out, as an example, that there's, you know, like Ray Higdon, or, you know, somebody in you know, Jeunesse Global, or Eric Worre, or some of these people, or Todd Falcone, those people already have names in the industry. So if you do a basic information review about who they are and what they do and what products that they have or whatever, you can rank your blog in the search engines and piggyback off of their brand. So somebody types in, could you guys just mute out if you just came on there? We're getting some feedback. So if you've got Ray Higdon, or you've got you know, somebody like the guys from My Lead System Pro, you know, that you know, or Danny Johnson, who's another trainer, those type of people, you can do reviews on them, rank in the search engines, and get leads piggybacking off of their brand, okay? Motivation, inspiration, and educational ideas, okay? Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, Dennis Waitley, Deepak Chopra, you know, Jim Rohn, all these people, you can piggyback off of their pre-done YouTube videos, okay? Another thing is how-tos, okay, how-tos. You know, how do you set up a Facebook account? How do you change a photo? How do you, make sure that you can get other people's notifications on their page? How do you, get more likes and shares on your Facebook wall? All these sorts of things. Every single one of those guys is another little snapshot screen share video, okay? Articles and videos about marketing strategies. Now, people say, well, here's the victim. Oh, I don't know anything about marketing. Oh, I don't know what to do. I have never done marketing before my whole life. Okay, go to YouTube and type in strategies on marketing strategies that will recruit new reps. How to rank on the first page of Google. Anything. You type it into Google or into YouTube, and you'll get videos on it, and you'll get articles on it. So take a proactive role instead of a victim role, right? Because the victims say, oh, I don't know what to do. Can somebody please hold my hand, right? Or you can just, ask yourself, well, what would you want to know, right? How to rank a blog on the front page of Google, right? Start doing a little bit of proactive research. Okay, overall industry news about mergers, acquisitions, launches, and closures. So as an example, there's a company out there right now called UFund. They're a cryptocurrency deal, and they just went under. They got labeled as a Ponzi, and the people were arrested in the company, and that would be a good thing that people would probably be searching for. So, anytime there's any type of industry news, mergers and acquisitions, companies merging together, or a company that just launches. Right now, there's some OneCoin just launched, and one guy just, I'm just trying to think of his name, Pruha. Anyway, he's pulling about $650,000 a month in OneCoin. So that type of stuff is breaking news, right? So you'll see me post a lot of stuff. Times I post stuff on my wall that's either controversial or, like, for instance, when Wake Up Now went under, right? That would be something to do with closures, right? Those are things that you want to use to piggyback off of stuff that people are already looking for, right? If one leader leaves the company and goes to another company, write a little article on it, and all the people that are searching to find out where they went, guess what they're going to get? They're going to get your blog, okay? That's what's the important part. Now, this situation for me, guys, I'm telling you what, this blog here has generated me about over 15,000 leads, right? 15,000 lists just from this little thing right here, okay? It says subscribe, get your free copy of my MLM Affiliate Magic, and then when you go to the website, this little pop-up comes up, and it says learn the strategies I used to expand into 5 countries in less than 90 days, okay? In one sentence, I've said a lot. Learn the strategies I used to expand into 5 countries in less than 90 days. Get a free copy of my training manual. I didn't say get a free copy of my ebook, okay? Big difference. Because manuals are perceived as having way higher value than an ebook, okay? An ebook is something that, people don't think much of. But a training manual is different. So I put a value on my training manual of 197 bucks. Big difference between that and an ebook, right? Way more value. So this here generated a list for me of around 15,000 people, more than 15,000. I don't know what it's at right now, but every single day I get new leads from this right here, and I haven't blogged on this platform. Let's see the last time I blogged. Okay, this was the last time I set up a blog. I don't even know if it's dated. Anyway, it's probably been a year. since I blogged on this particular platform. So it gives you an idea that the blog still keeps on working. It still keeps on generating me leads and traffic and inquiries, right, of people that they're on this autoresponder list, right? Plus I include that in all of my broadcasts. So once they're in here, they keep on getting broadcasts from me from this particular list. So really, really important that you understand that if you're speaking to the listening, right, and you're talking about things that are okay, so what are some of the things I got? Okay, let's look at here. How to use offline signage to get incoming calls. Okay, it's been shared 67 times on Facebook, 31 times, or 67 times on Twitter, 31 times on Facebook, 2 LinkedIns. How to generate 20 leads a day offline, right? 65 shares, 35 and 6, right? 5 proven strategies to dress for success. Okay, this is when I joined Visalis for a little bit of time. Nerium International third-party review. Does it even work? See, notice how it's controversial. I do that on purpose, guys. Why would I do that? I do that so I can get more readers. So if somebody's looking at Nerium, they go, oh my God, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe I should read this and find out if it works or not, right? And it says right in here, I will tell you in advance that I am not a Nerium distributor or a Nerium customer, so this is a totally third-party, unbiased review of both the products and the opportunity. So let me show you the things that I typically cover. Okay, this is a formula for this. Okay, so it's typically who are they and what do they market? That's the first topic. Okay, this is the same straight across the board. If you're reading this review, chances are you're looking for some information on Nerium International. Someone may have contacted you about Nerium International business opportunity, or you may be considering purchasing one of the Nerium International products. But either way, I would encourage you to read this review in its entirety before making any decision. Right there, I'm putting question marks in their head. Right there, the first paragraph. I would encourage you to read this review in its entirety before making any decision. They don't know if that's good or bad. In this brief but informative review, I'll cover Nerium International as a company, the Nerium business opportunity, and what you need to get a totally unfair advantage and position yourself to have success if you decide that Nerium is the right company for you. Look at the language, guys. I haven't said a lot of information, but I've said a whole bunch. I've created doubt here in their mind. They don't know if it's good or bad. And then I've told them all the things that I'm going to cover, and then I'm going to tell them I'm going to give them an unfair advantage if they decide to go forward. Okay, now watch this. Okay, so I said, okay, Nerium International, the brand and network marketing company, is primarily focused on the promotion of a newly discovered skincare product called Nerium AD. The company just launched last week and is located in Addison, Texas. This is what I'm talking about. So I had my pulse on the industry, and I found out that this was a hot thing coming out, so I wrote a review on it. The main man behind the company is Jeff Olson, a longtime veteran of this industry and CEO and founder of Nerium International. Olson also leads as CEO and CFO as Nerium Biotechnology Inc. on the research management team. Jeff Olson's involvement as the founder of this company has really created a lot of buzz. He has been a major producer within this industry and a national trainer for a few of the highest respected network marketing companies. Overall, the team members behind this company are well equipped, well known, knowledgeable, and ready for future growth. Okay, now watch this right here. This is like my little commercial. Note, if your upline sponsor doesn't have a step-by-step blueprint for you to generate 50+ leads a day for your MLM business on complete autopilot, drop whatever you're doing and click here. This is like my little infomercial right in the middle of the article. Okay, so now they keep on going. Based upon my research from the company's website, which anybody can go to, by the way, Nerium International's flagship product is Nerium AD, which is a night cream. This night cream is made directly from the Nerium oleander plant. The ingredients within this product are primarily used to significantly reduce enlarged pores, wrinkles, and fine lines. Nerium AD also contributes to reducing the appearance of sun-damaged skin. The product definitely looks as though the researchers and scientists behind it put a lot of effort into making a great, effective product. Okay, so now what I get into, how to make money. Okay, the compensation plan within Nerium International is a unilevel style. So comp plans are either going to be binary, they're going to be unilevel, they might be hybrids between unilevel and binary, or they're going to be a pass-up plan. Stair-step breakaway plans are not very common anymore. They were a long time ago, but they're not anymore. But you need to be abreast of this stuff if you're going to be the expert, right? You need to get a little pulse on the industry like you really know what you're talking about when it comes to this type of a model. Okay. It may be an older style of making money within the network marketing industry, but based on history, it has proven to be the safest compensation plans there are. There are a few different ways to make money with Nerium International. You can create upfront income by retailing product, signing up preferred customers, and earning your fast start bonuses as your team grows. You can earn a residual income up to 10 levels in depth with Nerium International. There are also more benefits and perks in the business model. There's the ability to get free products with their its free program, the 60-day holding tank, and a luxury car program. The 60-day holding tank allows you to place distributors that you personally enroll anywhere you want in the business within your first 60 days. In my opinion, there's definitely a market for the product line, and the compensation plan can be very attractive as well. Okay, should you join Nerium International? Keep in mind, you'll notice here that everything's kind of right down the middle, okay? Unless a company is scamming people or I feel that it's a Ponzi like Maps, My Advertising That Pays, I wouldn't make a bold statement on it to put myself out there. It's always kind of steady Eddie right down the middle, okay? So it's just kind of like people can get the basic type of information, but I want to lasso those people, dangle a carrot so that they think that they're going to fail unless they get whatever my special sauce is. To close, the company definitely looks like a great opportunity for the right person. Notice the language. The product looks well researched and designed. They have some knowledgeable people behind Nerium International, and the compensation plan is attractive also. Yet these things will not be enough to create great success in your own business. You must have the ability to sponsor new reps, sell the product, and build a team within your organization. Isn't that everything that we do within Empower Network, guys? Just so you know, sponsor new reps. That's the top producer formula, right? Same thing with sell the product, build a team. There's a team building formula, and within the organization. The ability to market and generate leads online is a key skill in making this possible. I highly recommend you use a proven attraction marketing system to learn how to brand yourself, generate leads, sponsor leaders within your organization, and even make lots of money on people who will never join your business. Apply your focus to building your business with combining online and offline attraction marketing to put yourself on the fast track of owning a very effective and powerful network marketing empire. Want more leads for your Nerium International business? Prosperity in your business is highly dependent on your ability to brand yourself online, generate MLM leads on autopilot. Learn to build your network marketing empire, becoming an alpha leader online and offline as well. There's an additional training for sponsoring more Nerium reps available with Darren Little. So where does this go? This goes to a lead capture page. All this stuff, right? Or it goes to, oh, that's more of the about section. This one goes back to, let's see, there's more training. There's additional sponsoring more Nerium reps. Okay, so it goes to a lead capture page here with MLM Superhero, right? Where they can get a copy of my book.
Here with MLM Superhero. And I've invited you back here to this web page because
okay, so it gives you guys an idea. Okay, so then I wrap up. Increase your karma by sharing this article if you liked it with the share buttons below. And if you'd like to speak with me personally, feel free to pick up the phone and call me direct, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Okay? So you can see here, though, that this strategy works, guys. Okay, so watch this. Who am I speaking to here? How to get your phone ringing with incoming calls. Here's an Avon review. Why? Because it was in the top companies. How to become unstoppable in MLM and in life by following these 6 simple steps. Get way more people to say yes to your business with these 5 simple techniques. 5 simple ways to create momentum in your business. These are what get people to read, because they're like, well, what are the 5 simple things? 5 easy steps to help you become an alpha leader. That was when I went into the blog competition. Another Choose for Health review. Another Healthy Coffee review. That was just, okay, Zingular. Okay, this was for Zingular. I was with them at the time. Top 50 MLM blogs, the winners, right? Because everybody would be coming to find out who the winners was, so I did a review on that. There was a review on Zango. Okay, now this was a review on another leader. April Marie Tucker was getting a lot of press at the time, so I did an interview of her, and I put it on my blog, right? So you can see here, listen to the interview, right? Listen to the exclusive interview, and it was me interviewing her at the time, and I just loaded it up. Okay, and you can see here that you start to get interaction with people in the industry, and that's really what gets the buzz, right? Okay, what do we got here? Marketer's dream: lead generation on autopilot, on complete and total autopilot. The secret sauce to recruit new MLM reps. How to make YouTube your best friend and kick some serious butt with your MLM business, right? So it gives you guys an idea of how you can create a buzz within the industry with your blog to be able to get that type of coverage. Does that make sense? Makes sense, guys. We got see Tom Selly's online there. Good job. Okay, so we got any questions, any comments, anything that we can address here before we wrap up?
I definitely think it was really good. Definitely like just doing push-ups. You would think we'd have a full panel from the group, but that's coming. That's for sure.
Absolutely. We got viewers on YouTube as well. Guys, what I want for you just to understand here about you know, the whole concept of recruiting, because if you can get this into your mind, recruiting becomes easily and effortless. Totally. It's totally fun, because all I'm doing is reaching out, touching base, saying a quick hello to get a pulse, to find out what's happening in the person's life. There's no pitching. I'm not trying to convince them. There's no hype involved. I want to just find out what's happening in that person's life. Are they in a peak or are they in a valley, right? Are they in a breaking point? Are they in a transition? What's happening in their world? And they won't tell me unless I can change their state. I got to learn how to get that person to laugh, and once 2 bodies laugh, they synchronize. Ha 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 ha. They synchronize, right? Once that happens, you're accessing the vault, okay? And you're now being able to ask more qualifying questions. Tom Selly, can you unmute yourself there, pal, and just you know, say a few words about that, because I know you're a major top recruiter here. So,
well, you know, it really is always, and it's always going to be about relationship. And you know, when you have 4 or 5,000 people you're connected to on Facebook, there's no shortage of opportunities to reach out to people every day. If you have 10 people, you can make new friends. The thing that I've learned about our industry, the most important thing for me is it truly is a numbers game, and it's about taking massive action. You become a professional inviter. You become a professional inviter. You don't sell. You don't tell. You just like you, Darren. You ask questions. If you can solve a problem, you invite someone to a presentation, and that's it. And the more numbers that you do, the more success you have. And when you start getting some people on your team, then you tapper it into their network, and you teach them to do the same thing that you just did. It's really simple.
fantastic. Rex Harris, power recruiter there. Any thoughts here?
You know, I've become a big fan of a guy named Marcus Lemonis recently. He's a multi-billionaire investor who saves failing businesses. And one of the things that I learned from him was what he calls the 3 P's of profit. It stands for people, process, and product, okay? Granted, what we do, as Darren has stated tonight, has nothing to do with the product, but the 2 things that you can glean from that, ladies and gentlemen, are focus on people and follow the process. And it's really as simple as just follow the process Darren teaches. The conversational marketing techniques that he shared here this evening work. I hope you took furious notes, because you can incorporate that into talking with any networker online and lead them to the video every time. I know this because I've done this, and I continue to do this, and I'm going to continue to do this tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Because Darren and I had a conversation today about all of these different marketing techniques that we try to use online, you know, the testing of solo ads and lead capture pages and everything else. And those things are important, but I have yet to see, since I've been working with Darren, anything that performs better and more efficiently than conversational marketing. Show me an internet marketer who's coming out of the gates in 30 days and getting to 5 figures in their first month with solo advertising. Guys, those people are far in few, quite honestly. It doesn't happen like that unless you've got a significant advertising budget to put into paid advertising. You can take this technique, which if you're using Facebook and some other resources, costs you nothing other than the time invested. And as Darren has proven over and over again with several deals that he's been involved with, that this works every time. I mean, 30 to 45 days to 5 figures a month. I mean, you know, it's really as simple as just making a decision to follow the process. So thanks, brother. It was awesome. Appreciate you.
Fantastic. So, you know, guys, here's what I want to just share with you, right? If you want to make a specific amount of money, okay, so for me, my launch number is always 10,000, okay, because that's a point where if I can get my mind into a $10,000 month, right, that's where my mind is, that's where my frequency is set for. Here's the formula. Here's what the formula is, okay? I know that if I have 25 connections in any given day, okay, so it starts off with day 1 as 25, but a lot of those people haven't answered me, right? They haven't answered me yet. So if I do 25 on day 2, some of these spill over onto the second day. If I now do 25 on day 3, I now got 2 days of spillover that are coming over. 25 on day 4, what ends up happening is I'm creating the snowball, right? So what happens is that, and this is where people say, Darren, what do you do for follow-up? I don't have time to do follow-up. Are you kidding me? I'm blazing a trail like this so fast that all people can see is my breadcrumbs and my results on my wall, right? That's it. They're seeing my breadcrumbs of my value. I'm going to leave them with value as I'm leaving off the conversation, and they're seeing my results. Results, 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 right? So here's what I will tell you. People want to be in momentum. And if you are on our team and you are not showcasing all of our success within our company, you don't get this. You just don't get it, right? If you're not talking about Chad Turner having his fourth $3,000 day, if you're not talking about Jessica making the top 100 list, if you're not talking about Mary Barnett making the top 100 list, or Mark Clyatt finishing off number 9 and making $20,000 his second month in business, you don't get the concept of a whole team, guys. This is a team, not solo. Okay, not solo, not lone rangers. That means that every success on our team, you as a leader, right, need to edify. Okay, because leaders don't come from lack-minded thinking. They come from abundance mindset. They know it's a holographic universe. There is no lack. Lack is a complete illusion, right? People are like, oh, I don't want to put that person on my wall because they might steal my people, right? That's a person that doesn't get it, right? They don't get it. They don't get the whole concept. This is why you'll see me post other leaders from other companies on my wall. I just did a big post the other day. There was Joe Stewart on there from Fit Life. There was Eric Green, who's doing Teespring, right? There was Gregory Hinton, who's in vacation travel, and Conrado Casalo. Why would I put other leaders on my wall? Because that's how it works, guys. That's how it works, right? It's an abundant universe, complete abundance. So if you're not utilizing our people on our team, that's your horsepower. Doesn't matter whether or not you've done it personally. What matters is they've gone through our training collectively here on our team, and they've had a breakthrough. I mean, Mark Clyott had, not only did he have a $20,000 month in his second month, guys, and finished, he was high as number 3 on the leaderboards. He finished number 9 for the contest. He got $50,000 in deposits in his law firm the first week of mentoring, $250,000 in contracts within 60 days, right? And he finished number 9 and made 20 grand a second month. Holy cow! That is a massive, massive thing for somebody that's only 2 months in Millionaire Mentoring, and you guys all have this as an asset. The whole team, okay? The whole team. This is a massive, this is like, you know, if I do these private sessions for an hour, I charge people $300 to do a private session with them, right? So we get an opportunity to share, right? If you guys watch some of the, I don't know if you saw that rewind with Mary and Sonia and Tony. Holy cow, guys. I mean, I sent that to one lady that was on the verge of her breakthrough, and she literally broke down in tears just from watching the mentoring, right? She said, Darren, I was in tears. I had Kleenex out the whole time I was watching that. It was unbelievable. Thank you, right? So just keep that in mind, that you as a leader need to take ownership that you have a $3,000 bonus. It can't get any easier, guys, honestly. It cannot get any easier to get to a $10,000 monthly residual income when I've given you all the funnels I use, $3,000 in bonus training, weekly Millionaire Mentoring, and they get all of that for $144.95. Serious? Seriously. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? And you only need 11, right? So you can assemble your team of 11. They're now going to be doing the same. But if only they even did half, you're already halfway there to 100 grand. You assemble the next group, right? Only if they did half, you're still going to get to $100,000. It's a no-brainer. I mean, since we came up with Step Up to Freedom, and I've just had it on my wall, it's already recruited 5 people, guys, just so you know. And I showed you one of the conversations today on Skype. You can see the exact questions that I'm asking, right? So I want to know, what do they do, right? Where are they at? I'm getting a baseline of where they're at in their life right now, right? And all I want to know is if they're on their passion or they're not, right? So if they tell me that they're doing whatever, I might say to them, you know, what kind of an income do they need to be able to make in order to go full time or to leave their job? As soon as they give me a number, I got them. I got them, right? All they got to do is give me a number. Okay, guys, so you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. We are live on an international call here for Millionaire Mentoring. We do these every Sunday night. I would encourage you to click the link below and to take our online tour, guys, because I can tell you that we are completely, totally changing lives from people from all walks of life, people that are business professionals, people that are blue-collar workers, white-collar workers, single mothers, people that have never made a penny online ever, that are completely, totally changing their lives working with us here on our team. In the event that you take action and you get yourself set up with a blog, which is your central hub, and our mindset training, we give you a $3,000 bonus in addition so that you can get yourself launched and totally turn your life around in 30 to 90 days, okay? You only need 99 people on your team total to make $100,000 a year. And if you compare that to any other company that's in the marketplace, here's what you're going to find. You might need 20,000 people in an MLM to make 100 grand a year. We call that the never, never plan, right? Because they keep on dangling the carrot out here as they keep on changing their marketing plans all the way along to keep stringing you along, right? So your 3 to 5 year plan turns into 5 to 8 year plan, turns into 10 to 15 year plan, and then they keep on dangling the carrot out like this, right? Seen it happen time and time again, okay? You need 99 people on your team with us, working with us on our team, and we make it so easy for you with all of our bonuses so that you can completely, totally change your life. I've helped people go from completely homeless, and 6 months later, they had a $20,000 a month. So, you know, seriously, guys, really, why not you, right? You got to draw a line in the sand and say, enough's enough. I've had it with this life. I'm going to change my life. That's it, period. That's when things start happening. So you've got Darren here with the MLM Superheroes. I look forward to meeting you in person one day. Click the link below, take action, and we'll see you on the other side. We'll see you next week. Have a great day.